So the platform is Saturdays with Nick. Join him on Facebook and also on Twitter. He loves to talk college football just about as much as I do. So we can go for hours and hours. It's Nick Dempsey, covers USC on Conquest Chronicles and all of college football on his other platform. So we're excited to talk USC each and every week with Nick, as well as the rest of the nation. So if you check out our USC channel, go to MarkRogersTV USC, you will see that we have broken down every position out of spring practice. So we've got you set up for the fall. So get caught up with that. And we've looked at the schedule and Nick's concerns about USC football. Very optimistic about what's going to happen this fall, but there are some concerns. Let's talk about the defense, Nick, because that could possibly be a concern. So despite all the talent, despite Cam Smith being one of the name brands on the defensive side of the ball in college football, they did give up 49 points the last time out against Penn State, and Saquon Barkley ripped them up for about 200 yards on the ground. So kind of address the defenses. Again, USC's already been in practice a few days.
Yeah, so coming at this time last year, the defensive front seven for USC was absolutely the biggest concern. It looked very sparse, a lot of new faces, not much experience. It was definitely the biggest area of concern. This year, I really think that might be flipped a little bit. The front seven is very good. You mentioned Cam Smith. Now they do lose Stevie T, the big man in the middle. He went on to the Buccaneers, and he did a great job just stuffing runs all day. So one of the big areas to watch this fall camp is who's replacing him. They've got Kenny Bigelow, who was a former 5-star, who has been nothing but potential, but he keeps missing time because he keeps missing entire seasons because of knee injuries. He is finally back and by all accounts healthy, and so this could be the year Kenny Bigelow finally breaks out and reaches his potential. But in competition with him was Marlon Tuipulotu, elite freshman. He was an early enrollee, and by all accounts, when he was in spring practice, he looked like a starter. He hung in there with the best of them and looked very good. So what was a big concern about who replaces Stevie T might have quite a bit of talent coming in. And so Kenny Bigelow or Marlon, one of those guys, probably both. They'll probably swap them out, maybe get some other names in the mix there, but there's a lot of talent on that interior now, and it should be very exciting. Now, another name you're really going to want to learn on that defensive front seven, you mentioned Cam Smith. He's going to be great. He's just a wonderful linebacker. I think he could be a national name. I really think he could get sort of on the level of like a Ben Boulware in terms of national prominence. But a name you probably don't know, but the folks in USC camp do, is Porter Gustin. Porter Gustin is an outstanding pass rusher. He really started to come into his own at the end of last season. And if he continues to improve and step up, he could enter the national spotlight, and he could be one of those guys where teams, opposing offenses, will have to account for him and probably start going the other way if he continues to progress like he did towards the end of last season, especially. So Porter Gustin could really come on strong. I think he could really be one of the top breakout players in the nation. So that's another name to look out for.